So bring it on. Height, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's down to business here.
It's impossible to ignore the genius that is Andrea Pirlo. He plays a deeper midfield role, but his whole game is designed to spray passes forward.
Just one of a kind.
Yeah, these guys now are almost extinct.
Well played. That has knocked out the danger. Oh, easy pickings there. It's Forlan. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rummenigge. Mateus. Rummenigge. And the finish! In for the pieces! Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
It's been pretty high-tempo stuff from the off here, Peter. A good show of intent, I would say.
Off target. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
He's shifting through the gears here. Victoria have a free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card.
Well, not the best way to deal with it, but the old threat of pace clearly made him feel a tad uncomfortable.
Cannavaro. Victoria finding their passes. Not the most convincing of passes.
Well, that was well positioned and well pitched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Now it's Mohamed Salah. And it's Kaka. Passing is crisp and sharp. Goes for a shot! Harrison gets good distance on it. So it is still 0-0. Great.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
Now it's Mohamed Salah. Oh, nicely intercepted. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Chance! And it's a goal! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Rijkaard promptly onto that, and that is that. Mateus. Kaka. And it's Seedorf. Harrison kept his eye on it, and he's there. Thuram is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Zanetti spots it and intercepts. Now this could be a chance. Tries to play it through. Oh, super ball.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And the half-time whistle goes. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
That gets things going for the second half.
Victoria really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything. We're seeing some really good pressure being applied.
Honest! And that is skimmed.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Seedorf. Lovely pass. Best. Shapes to shoot! It's in! look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
Shot at goal! It's a goal! That is a super smooth goal. Beautiful manoeuvring of the ball and splendid authority in the finish.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
He's having a shot! No mistake! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
It's a lovely, neat pass. Seedorf plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Rummenigge. Pirlo. Best. Now it's Kaka. Oh, no joy this time. Kaka is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Looking tidy in possession here. It's a good foot in there. Pirlo. Now somewhat off target. Best is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows.
He's having a shot! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Substitution on the field. Coming on to
So the manager
replace
can
him
make a change for the first time in the game here. And the break in play means they can now affect their change.
Yeah, they've gone for more energy up front. This is a clear message, Peter.
That has ended up in no man's land. Now that's well seen too. Mateus. And that's put paid to a promising move. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Ernest.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Quality ball. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And he's quick to get it clear again.
Substitution on the field. Kaka. Coming on the field is Mateus.
And that's it. So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
Hello, everybody, and please join me in wishing a happy wedding anniversary for one of our fan club members.
Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So, it's away we go then.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three...
Oh, what has happened here? Which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, Erling Haaland is very much the player in all of football in so many ways. His development really owes to the fact that he made all the best choices. The clubs, the coaches, everything has been meticulously planned, and an awful lot of that would be attributed to his dad's experience.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now the ball in. And he gets rid in a hurry. Berbatov in the hunt and looking threatening. No, that was never going to make it. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Now it's Mohamed Salah. And it's Berbatov. Looking for a runner. And he's in on goal. Big chance! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Almost the perfect move. Almost. The finish just wasn't quite at the same level.
Hernes. Rummenigge. Mateus. Can he finish? It's hit the upright. Still goalless at the moment. Belling. It's good running with the ball. And it's Kukçu. Everton disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Kukçu. Look at the space here. And here's Berbatov. Quality ball.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. Oh, the defence just about takes a shot. Goal! Victoria! The breakthrough strike. The invitation was clear and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious.
And the shots! No mistake! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye.
There will be
As
1 minute
simple
at
as
a
you like,
time.
the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, from a defence...
And that'll be the final action of the first half. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Victoria clearly have plenty of cause to be happy, Peter, but they'll need to resist the temptation to just sit on the lead second half. The opposition will be doing their utmost to try and get back into this, so they have to be alert.
Victoria go in at half-time on a comfortable 2-goal cushion. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. And it's Berbatov. And here's Berbatov. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Kukçu! Well, now that's fallen kindly here. And that fair fizzed. And we have our very first corner. And the keeper beats it away. Alexander-Arnold. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Couple of goals between the sides, and it's still early in the second half. Nice interception, well timed. Rummenigge. Berbatov pouring through the... And Berbatov! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Berbatov really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
It's their second corner of the game. Here's the header! Mateus gets good distance on it. And now they can spring out of defence. Rummenigge. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. No second thought, a straight red card. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague, and they look worried. Well, Jim, I suppose that was the only possible outcome in the circumstances.
Well, it's never nice to see something like that, is it? But that's what...
Mateus! It's run loose, has another go! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Victoria really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Everton are looking to go forward now. Mohamed Salah! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Kukçu. No, again, there's no way through. And that's definitely not his best. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
He's gone for goal! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on. Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Now, this could be a chance. They've got to be quick to recover this. Forlan crosses. Howson gets it away. Belling. Here's Haaland. Kukçu tries to pass it through. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Can they get him away? That's really well manoeuvred. Mateus, the man synonymous with solidity. Haaland. And that is as far as it goes. Victoria can reflect on a job really well done. Superior tactically, physically and mentally. All Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle, and here we go. So, Jim, would you say that this formation has become the norm in recent years?
Yeah, I think it's one that places the emphasis on your centre forward, not just holding the ball up or finishing, but all the movement that happens around him, outside and inside the box. And he has to link up with that midfield and bring everybody into play, which ensures a more cohesive system. We all know what Xavi's game is about, Peter, but that doesn't help when it comes to trying to stop him.
Extraordinary, really, because he's never had to rely on pace or on strength.
No, his game is all about finding and exploiting space and knowing the landscape around him, and he's just brilliant at creating goals and scoring them.
Yeah, he just seems to have all the time in the world on the ball. Mateus. Rummenigge, unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Mohamed Salah. He's in a great... Rummenigge! Great effort, beautifully taken.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Dennis, quietly revving up. Victoria are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but nothing yet to show for it. And this is Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And claimed it back swiftly. Messi. Great vision. That's a nicely shaped ball. He's picked his way through. Ibrahimovic! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Xavi. Can he get on the end of this? And it's Nedved. Nedved. Oh, this is a very good run. Mateus. Now Hoeneß. And it's Forlan. That's a shade optimistic. Oh, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And he's quick to snatch it back. He won't be happy with that one. Hoeneß. Oh, really cute. What a lovely series of passes. Can he spark a counter here? And this is Messi. Ibrahimovic. And here's Nedved. Forlan.
There will be 1 minute
Hoeneß.
added time.
Hoeneß is onto this. And he's there to get it away. And it's half-time here. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings.
Please have your entry tickets at
So they head in no further forward. The score here still 0-0. here we go again then.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Cannavaro. He's tried one! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Mateus is offering a wry smile there.
Zanetti. Now Hernes. And it's Forlan. It's a good spell of possession, this. Good. Mets look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Brilliantly cut out. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Adams. Victoria finding their passes. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yes.
And he's had a hit! Oh, that was no routine save.
Rummenigge actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Substitution for Mets. Number 77.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Is number 20.
Cleared away. There's the header! He's missed, but not by that far.
That is a really good chance miss, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Tries to pass it through. Luis Suarez. That pass has been well intercepted. Adams did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And he welcomes it in. And it's Salah. And the finish! They've scored! Finally, the deadlock is broken.
Well, what a shift in moods here, Peter. That weight's finally off their shoulders, and tails are well and truly up.
The goal scorer after 78
That
minutes.
really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Victoria have penetrated for the first time.
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now, or try and finish it off?
And it's lofted through here. Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And he's gone backward here. And this is Ibrahimovic. And that has been clubbed away. Back in possession and ready to go again.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
And he's there to clear it. Might be big chance! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
is that? Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Mohamed Salah taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so.
For your safety.
How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
This was all about tactics, Peter. A weakness in the central areas, both in defence and midfield, which is something we refer to before the game, and the manager.
Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Marquinhos, he's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the opposition to get through. And that's a very valuable characteristic.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Oh, important interception.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Mohamed Salah.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Best, spread it left. Platini going face-to-face with his great rival. Now he's got space here. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Milan looking to pass their way through. Oh, shooting chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Milan with the corner, there first. And now they can spring out of defence. Changes him with that pass. Rummenigge absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Marquinhos did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Ernest, of course, a dribbler of outland. And he shoots! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Mohamed Salah really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And he's gone looking for safety. Milan are looking to go forward now. Oh, that's well spotted. Forlan. Rijkaard promptly onto that. And it's half-time here. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings.
And now,
So, no breakthrough from either side. 0-0 after 45 minutes of action.
Our birthday boy a very special birthday.
And we're underway again.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
And he's quick to get it clear again. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Forlan. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Ernest. Mohamed Salah. Cleared without complication. Now it's Mbappe. Well, they continue each to cancel the other out. And he's in on goal. Decent chance! Great effort, beautifully taken.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Quality ball. Kupchu is always scanning the pitch for targets. Oh, what has happened? Best! It's a goal! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Victoria are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change.
He's chosen to go back. Oh, it's come loose. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Zanetti. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Oh, that's a canny finish! It's run loose, and the keeper couldn't hold it. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
Corner number 2 then.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Passing nice and neat. He's in a great position here. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to. I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Forehand crosses.
That's good defensive concentration.
That's going to go a long way.
Added time.
And the number on the board is 3. And that should get the job done. And they're back on the ball again. And that is as far as it goes. So in the end, 1 goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end.